Hi, my name is Will Craig. I'm one of the founders of ELDR, and I'm here to share with you my blue chair story. ELDR is an acronym for End of Life Designer, and it's also the Old Norse word for fire. And we love the idea that we're lighting a fire under people to get their homework done. My blue chair moment occurred when my father was in the process of dying. It was in Albuquerque, New Mexico in October of 2019, and he was dealing with pancreatic cancer. And there was a moment where his discomfort level had been increasing, and the likelihood of survival was decreasing. And my sister and my mother and I were gathered with my dad at the hospital. And he turned to us and he said, "At this point, death is a friend." And that was a huge turning point for us because it illuminated the moment for what it was. We were at that threshold. It was time to engage that element of the planning that he had done. It was all about comfort and a smooth process of dying at that point. And the fact that we'd had conversations in advance and the fact that he could recognize and speak to the moment that we were in was very powerful and useful to us, because now we were just implementing a plan. And yes, the context was sad, but we understood the moment for what it was and the purpose for us to be carrying us forward. Part of my motivation for participating in C-TAC is because I'd like for that moment to be the norm instead of something unusual, because I understand it's unusual. Not everyone has that illuminated moment in their process of dying. My father was a Presbyterian minister, and he always made it his personal motivation to have the members of his congregation do all of their end-of-life planning, including their advanced care thinking and documentation, but also financial planning, body disposition, memorial suggestions, really holistic thinking about end-of-life planning. So a motivation for me for the support of C-TAC's overall mission is saving families time, saving families money, saving families distress, saving our healthcare systems unneeded complication because people have a good plan that makes sense and they can carry it out soundly. And then there's this other motivation that I want to share with you that I have, which is I spent the last 10 years as an executive coach. And before that, I was a teacher trainer, school administrator, curriculum developer. And I'm all about learning. And I'm very comfortable with mistakes. Trial and error is one of the best ways we can learn. But I also know that there are unforced errors. And unforced errors kind of drive me crazy. And unforced errors are those things where we just didn't do the math. We just didn't do our homework. We just didn't have those conversations that were uncomfortable for us to have. And it could be in our marriages. It could be in our financial planning. It's for sure going to be a topic in our end-of-life planning. And I'm sure you as coalition members have seen many of the different forms of impact of the unforced errors because people didn't do their homework. So that's what ELDR is all about. That's what I'm all about personally, because I think there is a moment in every lifetime when actually at this point, death is a friend. Because we're not going to suffer. We're not going to have unneeded complication. And we're just going to accept the grief process for what it is at the right time. So I look forward to getting to know all of you better and helping each coalition member succeed in its mission that fits beautifully inside of the larger mission that we all share to transform advanced care. Hope to see you around campus.